Hi guys, me and my swap want to wish you a happy new year. Yeah, you want to hear a joke? What did the left eye say to the right eye? Between you and me, something smells. It's a nose. You get it? It's a nose. Yeah, I got stitches. Isn't that cool? Well, I gotta keep it short. But this year, my resolution is I'm getting a monkey, a real monkey. I'm gonna save up every dime. Yeah, and you guys can say hi to the monkey. Yeah, I'm gonna get one though. I love you. Happy New Year. Here's my mom. Hey guys, Happy New Year. Are you single? Ready to mingle? Probably not after this video. No. So my friends have been telling me how horrible dating is right now. And they said, you have to see what's out there. I've been out of the loop for a couple of decades. So we're going to take a look-see. I want to see how bad it is. So let's do this. Okay, this guy's attractive. His prospects should be pretty good. Let's find out.
So I guess Tinder horror stories are all the rave right now, and I think this one's going to be tough to beat, okay? So I was talking to this girl for a couple days. We decided to get together, go out and get an appetizer. So I meet her, she looks like her photo's perfect. We sit down, and without me getting a word in, this girl starts going off telling me about how most of her family members are in mental institutions with schizophrenia. Then she tells me this morbid story about watching her best friend die because he was driving drunk.
TMI on the first date, honey. TMI.
Then she tells me that if she was to ever get pregnant, that she would keep it if it's a boy, but she wouldn't keep it if it's a girl, because she doesn't want to raise a girl in this society. So at this point, I excuse myself to the washroom, and I'm standing there looking at myself in the mirror, like, bro, like, you should just leave. Just walk out the door, it's fine. But I was like, no, I invited her out. I'm going to see this through. I'll, like, pay the bill. So I go sit back down, and the food comes, and I've had, like, 2 or 3 bites, and she goes, do you know what eczema is? And I'm like, yeah, that's like that rash that people get. She's like, yeah, so I have that on my feet. And I'm like, oh, like, sorry? Like, whatever, like, not a big deal, people get it. And she's like, want to see? I'm like, no, not really, like, I'm eating right now. And she pulls out her phone and she starts showing me photos of the most disgusting, rotten feet I have ever seen. Oh, I'm still so traumatized.
You're gonna show people pictures of your nasty feet while you're eating? Okay.
Anyway, I'm like, please stop. Like, I don't want to see this right now. And she just, like, keeps putting the phone in my face. And me like, no, look. And at this point, I'm like, this is a prank. Like, somebody has hired her. Maybe she knows one of my exes or something like that. Like, there's no way. But she just wouldn't stop. So anyway, I'd like, get the bill, pay it, and I'm like, it's time to go. So I'm waiting with her for her Uber to come at this point. And now she's, like, trying to come home with me. And I'm like, no, like, this did not go well. Like, it's time for you to leave.
Okay, at least he was the stand-up guy and waited for the Uber. Girls, keep the TMI to a minimum, okay? Talk about your goals, your future, what you'd like to do, not about nasty feet or watching your friend die, not on a first date. Wow. Worst date of my life.
I went on the worst date of my life last night, and I got catfished before. So this is the worst date of my life. That said a lot. First of all, I tell my homegirl, I'm like, I really don't feel like going on this date. And she like, girl, he just graduated PA school. He is a doctor. You're going on this date. I tell him I do not like bars. I like hookah bars, hookah lounges, but I don't like bars. That's not my vibe. He takes me to a bar.
So she's very upfront with him that she doesn't like bars, and he takes her to a bar. Right away, you get a gong. That's terrible.
And immediately I'm like, and he's like, oh, is this not your vibe?
He knew it wasn't the vibe. And he did it anyway.
Go somewhere else, and we end up at a place that I know, a spot that I know that I like. Immediately, he puts his arm around me and starts taking pictures with me like I'm his wife, like I'm his woman. Mind you, this is my first time meeting this man. He is literally taking pictures of me, with me.
Our first dates to get to know someone, you talk about your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. Okay.
So I'm annoyed, and I'm like looking at him like, that's weird. And he's like, what's weird? I said, it's weird that you're taking pictures of me and with me. I don't know you like that. Like,
Agree.
I don't. Homeboy has an attitude. He's just like, oh, that's weird? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, he's big man. Like, big man. So the man comes to take our order for drinks. I order my drink. My go-to is lychee martini. So I order it. Then he doesn't know what he wants. So my drink comes out and he's like, oh, can I taste? I'm like, sure. And there's no straws. So he's like mouth to glass on my drink. So he's like, oh, this is really good, and orders the same exact thing. So of course, man, his drink comes out.
Does he not understand that he's still a stranger and we don't want to drink after people that we don't know?
I'm like, here, you take my drink, I'll take this one. I think that's fair, y'all. I personally think that's fair. But homeboy is even bigger mad. Like, he wanted me to drink off of his mouth, and I don't know why. So I'm just feeling uncomfortable. It's just weird. Conversation's going, but he's just doing too much. So by now his words are slurring. He's a little tipsy. He's like on his second, third drink. Words slurring. He's asking me the same questions that he not only asked me through text, but asked me literally 2 minutes ago. And I'm just like, it's time to go. So the question he keeps asking me is, what type of men I like? And I continue to tell him, I already told you, I like confident. Oh, I'm confident. I look good. I know I look good. And he's from New York. So if you know New York men, it's that type of New York man. Fast forward through a whole lot of uncomfortableness. He forces himself to hold my hand while we're walking to my car. 10 years later, we make it to my car, finally. He's asking me if I had a good time, if I think that we'll be able to go out to meet again. I'm not a fan of pissing men off, especially when there's no one else around, so I'm like, we'll talk tomorrow. And then he tried to kiss me. I went on the...
Nope. Or she's going to read us his dating profile.
Online dating is wild. All right, this guy, Aaron, 38, says, picture this, we're on a date. I take you to a generic restaurant of your choosing. Then we go out for a drink. Okay, seems kind of nice. After a few, I'm a bit tipsy, so we head back to my car. Car's on fire. Why, Aaron? You're shocked and ready to call 911 as one should and does. You look back at me. I have 2 marshmallows on a stick. Where'd you get the marshmallows, Aaron?
Did he not take his meds today? This is just a rambling.
Ready for roasting and more alcohol? Did you start the fire? You blush. We cuddle together. Where are we cuddling, sir? While my blazing car keeps us warm, are we inside the car? Are you roasting us? Are we being cremated? Are you an undertaker? We joke. What is there to joke about? We laugh. You're about to lean in for a kiss. Am I? Because I feel like I'm running away from you. I chloroform you and rob you. Wasn't even my car on fire. I want to know, there are so many questions. Like, are y'all still online dating? Because what is this?
I have a lot of questions, Aaron. Maybe you should tweak that profile just a little bit. That's absolutely horrible, dude. Dating horror story. He's ghosting me while we're on vacation together. Okay.
Flew me to Miami for our second date for a vacation thing, and
You're on vacation on the second date?
I'm pretty sure he ghosted me while we were here. He left. I have no idea why, and I know this sounds naive, but I really don't think it was anything I did, but TBD, because I don't know why he left or when he left or how. He drove, but whatever. we're gonna call him Michael for the purpose of this story. So yesterday, Michael was like, oh, I'm gonna go get lunch with my sister really quickly. I haven't seen her in 2 years. I'll be back at noon. I was like, okay, cool. Just don't forget we have these hard to get lunch reservations at 1:30. He's like, yeah.
You know, things would be so much easier if people were just honest with one another. He could have said, you know what, I'm not feeling it. Sorry. You know, fine. Don't go somebody on vacation. That's absolutely terrible. But being on vacation together on a second date is kind of weird.
I'll be back before then. So I went to the pool, minded my business, you know, soaking up the sun. At 1:10, I was like, hey, where are you? Like, don't forget about lunch. No answer. And then at 1:20, I said, where are you? Like, are you picking me up for lunch? Because he has his car here. Like, he drove a couple hours away from Tampa. And I was like, hey, like, where are you? Then I started getting really frustrated, and I texted him something like, yo, this is just so disrespectful to me and my time, and like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, hey, sorry to be non-responsive. I just found out some devastating news, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm a very caring person. I don't think that's the word, but I'm a very trusting person. So I was like, oh yeah, like something happened, which to this time, I feel like something still happens. My friend don't think that something happened. They're like, oh, he definitely has a secret wife who was like, get your ass home. But it gets worse. I pushed the reservation back to 2. He missed
It gets worse.
that reservation too. And like, this is before he told me he had this quote devastating incident. And so housekeeping, and I promise this is important, housekeeping ends up coming, and I was like, okay, like this is at 3:30, I think. I was like, you can come on in. And after they made the bed, I took a nap. And so obviously they cleaned the shower too, which is important. And as I'm getting ready to go hang out with some of my other friends, I was like, fuck this. And I think this is still before I knew what happened. Actually, I think I knew that there's this quote devastating event. And so then I look around and I look in the corner and I realize his stuff's not there. I was like, did he come get his stuff while I was taking a nap? Like, that is so disrespectful. And there is the possibility that he possibly got it while I was at the pool and he was supposed to be home by noon and like all of that. That could have possibly been when he got it, but I don't know, because we're both very clean when we travel. So our stuff is like very compacted, almost looks like somebody's bedroom. But if he did get it while I was napping, that's disrespectful. And I noticed this morning when I was showering that there was a washcloth that was wet in there. I was like, did he get his stuff and then shower? Because housekeeping would have cleaned it up yesterday if he had showered before they came. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that would be so disrespectful. My friends like, were you sleeping through all of this? I was like, yeah, I'm a tank. So not quite sure what's happening right now. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna go run up some room service. Anyway, here's the first of many pina coladas on his tab. Thank you.
That's mean. That's really mean. And it is disrespectful. She's a beautiful girl. But, you know, vacation on a second date, probably not a great idea. Probably not.
I tried online dating. But you know the common horror story. Show up to a place to meet the person, they wind up looking nothing like their pictures.
Why do people do that? If you're going to meet the person, obviously they're going to see that you're not the person in the picture. Just send them a picture of you. Stop being deceitful. There's no reason for that.
I experienced that firsthand. Showed up to the restaurant, the girl wound up looking nothing like her pictures. We still had to make conversation. Yeah. She goes, so what do you do for a job? I was like, I'm a stand-up comedian. She goes, well, you haven't been very funny yet. I was like, what do you do? She goes, I work in advertising. I was like, what kind? False?
That's one of the best comebacks I've ever heard.
Yeah, she started it.
That's great. That's great. Oh, wow. She's stunning.
DMs and asked if I wanted to get dinner with him. And I was, oh my God, I was so excited. So I told all my friends and they were so excited for me. I mean, like this, he's just a super popular guy and everyone likes him. He's so cute, so nice. I could not believe that this guy was like cold open asking me on a date, but I was so excited. I was like, well, I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna show up. So I get ready, I show up to the restaurant. He's already there. I asked where he was sitting and then I couldn't find him anywhere. And I look around, I see him sitting in the corner at a table with another girl. So what do you do? I don't know what to do. And I was like, oh, maybe it's definitely just like, I don't know what I was
Awkward.
thinking, actually. I don't know why I'm trying to narrate what I was thinking. I just walked over to the table and he was like, hey. this is my friend. And I was like, okay. Like, I thought maybe she was just, I don't know, passing by.
Do not bring your friend on a date. Do not.
Nope. So I sit down at this table and he's like, how are you? And I'm like, good. How are you guys? Plural. He was like, oh, we're good. And then he starts just talking to her. Doesn't give me any intro, any explanation. I'm confused. I really at this point still thought that maybe she was just like walking by and like happened to know him. But also she was like very comfortable in her seat. She ordered a drink. So it was like, oh my God. Is this like a 2-on-1? Are we like on The Bachelor right now?
Run now.
Imagine a guy you really like asks you on a date and you show up and he's also on a date with another girl at the same time. What do you do? I don't know what to do. And it's not even like it was like a group like thing because she wasn't talking to me at all. Yeah, I know. I'm mad too. The waiter comes and asks what we want to eat and I was like, this is definitely her cue. Like she definitely has somewhere more important to be. Nope. She orders an entree. So the three of us go on a date. We're on a date together. And I was literally in shock. Like I didn't know. And then I started gaslighting myself. I was like, wait, why did I think this is a date? Like it's definitely just a fun group thing. But what kind of fun group thing is that when neither of them are really even talking to me? So
That's so weird. That's so weird.
And also a single guy asking a single
Who wouldn't look at how beautiful she is? Who wouldn't talk to her?
girl to get dinner with her? Isn't that a date, right? I don't know. That's a date. So now it's time to leave. And I feel like I did not say 4 words to this guy, but he asked if I wanted to ride home. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm down. We get in the car and he kisses me. So what is this? Was that a date? I don't know. I was in shock. I don't even know why I let him kiss me when that was the weirdest thing I've ever done. After, he texted me and asked me what I thought about his Instagram. And I was like, it's a guy's Instagram. What do you want me to say? And he was like, no, I mean, like, I've been thinking about hiring someone to run my Instagram. And I was like, so that was a group interview to win a job, I guess, and someone to make out with? Why did he make out with me if he was trying to hire me? For like 10 minutes, by the way. So, yeah. Okay.
Wow, that was confusing. Terrible. I wish you guys luck with these. Online Dating Stories, Volume 2.
You asked for it. Awful Online Dating Stories, Volume 2. The time I dated a crackhead. So I'd been matched with this lovely young lady on Bumble, and we were chatting for like 5 minutes.
I'll bet she's full of energy.
Before she's like, hey, let's do something fun tonight. I'm like, it's a little fast, but I'm not looking for a pen pal. What'd you have in mind? She goes, there's this great bar right down the street from me. Bet, I'm game. Send me the address. She goes, actually, can you pick me up?
Don't take dates to bars. Don't do that.
Should have been a red flag. I mean, I consider myself a chivalrous man. If I know you, I'll come to your house, pick you up, take you out, bring you back home. But she didn't know me for more than 2 seconds before she's like, hey, come to my house, strange man. But she was hot and I'm an idiot, so sure enough, I drive out there. Pull up, it's this massive white house, right? I'm looking around like, this broad is freaking loaded. Hindsight being 2020, it's probably a halfway house. Parking lot should have clued me in, but anyway, she gets in the truck and I'm like, ooh, it was definitely her, but her in real life looks like if you took her pictures and ran them through the wash a couple of times. It was a little bit weathered.
In her defense, my Facebook profile picture is like 10 years old.
But I was there and I'm in it, so we go to the bar and we're not there 10 seconds before she's like, I need a smoke. It was cold and I'm trying, I'm a chivalrous guy, so I'm like, I'll go out there with you even though I don't smoke. And she's just puffing away on this cigarette. And I'd ask her a question, hey, you got any siblings or something like that? She could barely answer between like bringing steam engineing it. One brother. We go back inside. Minute or two later, she's got to go right back out. This repeats itself 3 or 4 times before I'm like, hey, I'm just going to stay in here. She's like, fine. Couldn't wait for me to not go with her. She's gone for like 30 minutes. I figured she bailed. No skin off my nose. I wasn't really into her anyway.
Yeah.
I finished watching the game. The Warriors won in overtime. Pay my tab. Go to leave. and I see her crouched down between two cars, just puffing away, just sucking on this glass dick. And I'm like, whew. Now in her defense, it may not have been crack, it could have been meth, I don't fucking know. But I'm like, I had a lovely evening. Go to walk to my truck, and she comes running over, grabs me by the arm. It's like, hey, do you think you could give me a ride to my friend's house? I'm like, your friend's house? She's like, well, he's kind of my hookup, but I'll make it worth your while. I'm like, so basically what she was saying was, if I drive her to this crack house, she will give me a blowjob on the way. And as tempting as that sounds, we only dated for like 6 months after that. So yeah, it really didn't work out. No, I'm kidding. I just took off.
I would take off too. Should have taken her dancing if she's on meth. No.
On a date, and I got violently humbled by the guy asking. He was looking at me in my eyes. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna say I'm so pretty. He looked at me and he said, can I pop this? And wanted to pop a pimple on my forehead.
Honey, having a pimple does not make you unattractive. You're a beautiful young girl. Absolutely beautiful. And he shouldn't have pointed that out. Okay. Woman on first date wants man to pay for 2 extra meals for her kids at home. That's not how it works.
What you want to go for? Oh, your kids.
You already had me wait an hour and a half. So it's for my kids.
For your kids?
Yeah, you owe me that.
And they with their daddy?
I'm sorry. That's not the way.
No, that is.
Oh my god, so go ahead and bring another steak and some potatoes. Okay.
No, don't bring no potatoes.
Sesame seeds.
No, bring your check. I'm paying for my meal and your meal. I'm not paying for your kids' meal. No.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not paying for their kids' meal. No.
So you don't think you owe me after having me wait an hour and a half?
Wait a minute, he doesn't owe you anything. This is a first date. You know, there's nothing wrong with going Dutch on a first date. It's totally fine. But to buy extra meals for your kids at home? No.
I told you I owe you one. I'll take you out
Okay,
again.
and so you're going to pay for my kids' food?
No, I'm not doing that.
Can you please go ahead and get
I'm not doing that. No. Hold up, beautiful. Hold up. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I agree. She should have to pay for her own kids' food.
Listen.
Bring 2, please.
What's in there, Kiera?
Bring 2 orders.
Why should I do that, Kiera?
Because you sit right here on the date.
I was late to the date.
You bring 2 orders.
But I'm saying, why would I get her kids food? Why would I get her kids some food? They with their daddy.
She was right here.
Their daddy should be feeding them.
It's the audacity for me. Just like you will do it. Even though this is our first date.
You say you ordered a steak for your son? How old is he?
He ate.
He ate eating steak. He eating the same way I eat. No, hell no. Hell no. I'm straight. I'm cool. Don't put that on my bill.
Give him a
Don't put that on me.
Make sure you put a side of A1 sauce as well. He paying for all of this today.
It's not just the audacity for me. He's willing to still pay for hers also, but not to take food home to her children. That should have already been settled with a babysitter, what they're going to be fed that night.
Paying for all that. No, I'm not paying for all that.
Yes, you are.
You gonna get her fired up in here.
She ain't gonna get fired.
No, I'm about to go back in the kitchen. You got me messed up, bro. I'm about to tell her right now. No, for real. I'm telling her right now. No, you got me. I'm not paying for that. No, I'm not. I'm not paying for this food.
At this point, he should just get up and walk out. I would hand them money for my meal and just completely not look back.
I'm not paying for this.
She sat here and watched
just because I was late. Just because I was late, I'm not paying for this. No, I'm not doing that.
And then after we already at Red Lobster, you couldn't take me nowhere.
I'm about to go back to the kitchen. I'm going back to the kitchen. No, I'm not paying for this. I'm about to leave. You gonna pay for my food and your food and what you just ordered in here. No, listen, no, I'm straight.
I've been here since I was 15.
Okay, I told you I owe you one. So I mean, I'll take you out again.
Whatever.
Do something for you. I'm not doing something for your kids.
Whatever.
No, I ain't even met your kids.
I want you to make sure that my kids eat too.
Man, y'all see this, man? Look, I'm recording this. Look, y'all see this?
It's a first date. Your kids are not his problem.
Hey, I'm recording, bro. Hey, she went back to the kitchen. Hey, yo, get her. Hey, yo, hey, don't put that order in. Hey, don't put that order in. That made my kids. Don't put that order in. Don't put that order in. That made my kids. For real, like I'm about to give me my check. I want just my check with my. Know what I'm saying? I want my check. Okay, don't put them kids on my bill. Them ain't my kids. Know what I'm saying? Them ain't my kids. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to put a bill on me and them ain't my kids. Hell no, bro. She's trying to put a bill on me and them ain't my kids. I'm late to the date. She's trying to make me get some food for her and her kids.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
You late.
It's my first date. I ain't even met the kids yet.
You late.
I'm late. I gotta buy them steak. She said steak and 2 chicken tenders.
What's wrong with that?
Come on, y'all. Y'all ain't on my side. Ain't nobody on my side, man. Hey, it's cool though. It's cool though.
Whatever.
It's cool though. She gonna take that shit off. She taking that shit off. Nope, I ain't paying for your kids. Yeah, I ain't paying for your kids.
Yeah, an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. They both gonna eat good
Probably
tonight.
that big.
I'm on your side, sir. I'm on your side. She said she doesn't eat at Cheesecake Factory. So I took her to a 5-star restaurant and she did this.
She said she doesn't eat at Cheesecake Factory, so I took her to a 5-star restaurant and she did this emoji exploding head.
What?
That's McDonald's drive-thru eating.
I was a little hungry.
I was so embarrassed and disgusted emoji face vomiting.
You gonna finish that?
Gross. I hope there wasn't a second date. At least not at a 5-star restaurant. Oh, it's the Cheesecake Factory, girl. Oh boy.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at me.
Nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well,
Look at me.
There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Nothing wrong with it. It may be a chain restaurant, but it's very nice.
And not go in the Cheesecake Factory.
there's nothing wrong.
I will die. That's embarrassing.
Then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing. Maybe we're not right for each other. But respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
There you go.
No, he didn't.
You're asking her on a date, so you take her where you want to go at. If that's your favorite restaurant, Cheesecake Factory. But for a woman to tell you and not be thankful, nah, I gotta get you up out of here.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. The Cheesecake Factory, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a very nice establishment. Come on. Really? I mean, we used to go roller skating and to the movies and like McDonald's or Burger King and bowling. I mean, we had a great time. But it's just the entitlement for me. We went out to have fun. Now it's just spend your money. Stupid. Is it really that bad for single people right now? I mean, this blew my mind. The entitlement, the just in your face, rude, mean, or pick up someone that's whacked out of their mind. Gee, guys. If you're single, I wish you luck. This was absolutely terrible. It's not a dating pool, it's a dating cesspool. Come back, give me a like and subscribe. Okay? Thanks for hanging out with me today. See you next time. Bye.